Welcome. Today I'm going to be making teriyaki pork. Now, the first thing you can see here is that I have about a 12-inch skillet, and I did place about a tablespoon or two of olive oil in it. You don't have to use olive oil. I use it because I like the consistency and how it tastes in the food. So once your olive oil is heated up, you'll want to put your pork in. And I've chopped up about a pound, possibly a pound and a half. I didn't weigh it. I pretty much know what my family will eat. And I'm going to be browning this pork before I combine it with other stuff. So the pork is in the plate, and like I was saying, use your own cut. But what I would avoid doing is using a cut that's too fatty, because if you do, you're going to taste that fat in a dish and it's not going to be very pleasant. Now, you're going to notice that there was some powder strewed on there, and that was about a tablespoon each of garlic and ginger. Now, I didn't measure it out, I've just kind of sprinkled it about. If you want more of each, put more of each in. It's entirely up to you. If you want less, put less. As far as can you use the real stuff, real ginger root or real garlic, of course. I would use probably about an inch of microplaned ginger and about 5 minced cloves of garlic. I probably wouldn't go much further than that, or else it'll taste too strong in the dish. Now, I did mention browning the pork, but that's not entirely true. I sort of browned the pork, but I cooked the pork to just when it's done. There'll be a little leftover pink here and there, because as I continue on by putting in the vegetables and then putting in the sauce, the pork's going to continue to cook. So if I cook it fully during this stage, by the time I put in the vegetables and the sauce and get it ready to combine with the noodles, it's going to be too overdone. Now here you see I added in the vegetables, and those vegetables are an Asian style vegetable. You can see pea pods and some peppers and some water chestnuts. Use whatever type of vegetable you really like. Now, I could have microwaved these and added them in at the last moment, but I was just trying to avoid overcooking things, because if you do, it tastes wilted and it's not very pleasurable. So here I've got the vegetables and I'm mixing it in with the pork. So you see how the pork is still continuing to cook, and that's a good thing here. The vegetables will cook until they're just about done. You might want to take a piece, maybe a pea pod, chomp on it and see if it's just a little bit cold within it. If it is, then that's perfect. Now, I think I mentioned about putting water on for your noodles. Now, I use angel hair in this particular dish, but you can use whatever you like. You can use spaghetti, possibly fettuccine, but that might be a little too big for this dish. So I would probably stick to either angel hair or possibly spaghetti. I don't think shells would work very well here. So I'm going to cook the veggies till they're just about done, and then I'm going to dump in the teriyaki baste and glaze. It's actually Kikoman Teriyaki baste and glaze. I've used other brands and they had a sharpness to them that my kids didn't like, so I keep going back to the Kikoman brand. Is this possibly the healthiest stuff you can use? Probably not. You probably would do better making your own teriyaki sauce, but when you're run out of time and you need to feed kids, sometimes this works out better. So the teriyaki baste and glaze will go in, and then I'm going to warm up this mixture. Maybe you could call it hot, before I mix it in with my angel hair noodles. So I'm going to cook my angel hair noodles to just about being cooked. They usually take 4 minutes. I'll cook them for 3 minutes. drain them and put them back in the pot. And once the this vegetable meat mixture has its sauce and it's hot, I'm going to mix it with the noodles, and you're going to notice that the noodles are going to sop up a lot of that sauce. That's why you're cooking the noodles to just undercooked, because as it sops up the sauce, it's going to get cooked. If you cooked it to being done, then it would taste really overcooked by the time you put the meal in the dishes. So there's the Kikoman, and it's going to be mixed up, and you will see the end result in just a moment, where I've taken this and mixed it with my noodles. So if you like what you see here, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing with my channel, please feel free to subscribe. Bye-bye.